Hey guys, welcome back. I am going to be doing a favorites video today. If you guys are not new here, then you know that I don't often do favorites videos. I love to watch them. You know, the monthly favorites is a very common video. However, I just don't accrue that many favorites that quickly. So I wait till I kind of have many new things that have interested me that I then like to kind of put in a video and talk about. I don't know, it's not realistic to me. I'm like, every month you have a whole new set of faves. Look, I haven't done one of these videos in a while, so there is going to be a lot to get through. So I'm just going to kind of get right into it. So I have lots of things. I have entertainment, I have books, I have makeup, I have skincare, I have hair products, I have a podcast. I don't have a podcast. I have a podcast I'm listening to. Let's just start with the makeup because it's right here. First thing I'm going to mention is this NYX the Brow Glue. This was recommended to me by one of you guys, and I went out and got it. And I've been using it so much. Like, you know, I love my Glossier Boy Brow, and I've been using that exclusively for years. But I haven't touched the stuff since I got this because this is just so fun. It doesn't have a color, it doesn't have a tint. And so for that, I really do still love the Boy Brow. But the hold this gives is amazing. I have it on today. It's essentially just like a gel, almost like a hair gel, but for your eyebrows. It is a little bit messy, though I have heard some complaints that it's like really messy and, you know, it gets all over the face. I'm not having that issue. I don't know if it's different tubes, like maybe one's more dried out, because I've noticed it get a little bit, you know, goopier as it's been opened, but I don't have an issue with it getting like everywhere on my face. But I really love it. I think it's really cool, and you can't beat the price. I don't even know how much this was, to be honest, but I know NYX is like a very affordable product. So yeah, I love it. Another fave is unfortunately this Becca Light Shifter Doing Tint. I got this, you guys saw in my Sephora haul semi-recently, and you know, Becca is going bye-bye from the world, from the industry, I think in September. So we don't have much time. I might go back and buy another one as a backup just in case, because I really didn't expect to love it as much as I do, but I've been wearing it just about every time I do my makeup. I put this on and I love it. It's just very dewy. It's got just the perfect amount of coverage in my opinion. Like, it's sheer, but it still covers. And it's just like super dewy. It has like a gorgeous sheen. I'm in the shade Luminary 1. I was really afraid of this, but I don't regret it because I really am enjoying it. Another thing for my Sephora haul is the Tower 28 blush. I got all of the new colors. So now I have the full Tower 28 blush collection. But this is one I've been reaching for the most, and I really love the color. And it's the shade Happy Hour, and it's just this like kind of fruit punch, watermelon-y kind of color, and I just think it's like a really pretty color that would look good on most people. I've just been loving it. It's just like a really natural flush. I feel like it goes with every color eyeshadow or lipstick, or no matter what I'm wearing. Like, this is a blush that just looks good. So yeah, I've been loving that. Another product that was this from my Sephora haul? No. But I saw one of those Vogue, you know, makeup videos with celebrities, and Rosie Huntington-Whiteley used this Nars lipstick that's been around for so long, and I've just always kind of ignored it, and it's Dolce Vita. But she used it, and I thought, that looks so pretty. Why don't I have this? And I got it, and it's a favorite, so I'm going to swatch it for you. It's like a sheer, but still has pigment, but it's like a glossy sheer lipstick, which is my favorite kind of lipstick. I tend to gravitate more towards like a sheer balm type than like a full-on like matte lipstick. And it's just like a really pretty like rosy pink, like a neutrally pink shade. Like, it's not super blue, it's not super orange, it's just kind of like right in the middle. And I love it. It's so pretty. I wear it a lot. Okay, so moving into skincare, I have a few products here, none of which are new, but they are new to me or a rediscovery. One of them is a rediscovery. So this I also showed in my Sephora haul, the Ordinary AHA BHA Peeling Solution. This is iconic. You know, a lot of people know about this, sing its praises. I was one of them. Years ago, I was obsessed with this, and then I just kind of moved on to other things as we do. You know, you try something new, you like it, you use that for a while, and so I just, you know, the price of the Ordinary is so good, and the products are really great, and so I had run out of my exfoliating mask that I normally use lately, which is the Renee Rouleau Renee Rouleau Triple Berry Smoothing Peel. Amazing mask. I've used it for years, but I just decided I wanted to switch it up again, and I've fallen back in love with this. It's incredible. I used it last night. It's strong, so you don't want to use this too much. You don't want to over exfoliate your skin. So I find myself counting down the days until I'm able to use this again, because it just gives such a nice glow to the skin immediately after using it. Another mask that I've been using, you know, right after this, I kind of love to double mask, you know, one exfoliates, the other treats whatever kind of other issue you're having. And it's this Golde Clean Greens Purifying Face Mask. I know this is a very popular product, but it's always just kind of sat in my collection for a long time. They sent this to me maybe a year ago, and it just kind of sat around because I'm not a clay mask or purifying mask type of person. It always tends to dry out my skin a bit too much. I've had a lot of congestion lately. You know, I've been exercising, sweating, a lot more like extra buildup, blackheads, etc. And so I kind of went digging around in my arsenal, saw this, and I thought, okay, this doesn't have it's not the typical kind of clay mask. There's actually not clay in it at all. It's very clean, very green, mango juice powder, marshmallow root extract, spirulina powder, chlorella powder. So I thought I'd give this a shot, and I love it. It did not dry my skin out. It was easy to take off. I hate those like drying masks that you then have to like kind of scrub to remove. This was not like that at all. So it's in a powder. You add some water to it, you mix it up, and it turns into like a gel, and you kind of paint that gel on. It smells like a green smoothie, not in a good way. Like, I don't particularly like the scent, but it doesn't like bother me when it's on my face. And it's really fun to apply because it's like dark green. You look kind of cool. And then it dries and your face feels like really tight. And that was the moment I was like, uh-oh, like I've sucked all the moisture out of my skin. But I removed it, put on like my normal serums, moisturizers, and I really loved like the glow it gave my skin. I felt like it treated the pores and the blackheads, but didn't leave me feeling dry or stripped. So I've since been using it more and more, and I really love it. Last skincare, face skincare product is the Glow Recipe Plump Hyaluronic Serum. This is also something that was sent to me a long time ago and just kind of sat around until, of course, I saw somebody swear by it on TikTok, and I was like, wait, I think I have that. And then I started using it. And first of all, the bottle is just so cute. But sometimes when I see these like cutesy little packaging, I'm like, well, it's not going to be effective, you know? Like, there's a difference between like cute packaging and smells really good and whatever, and then it being effective, you know? Like, I look at the Ordinary and I'm like, not cute, works. Cute, won't work. But that was not the case at all. It's just a very simple hydrating serum. It doesn't break me out. It hydrates me. It's like really cute, which is just an added bonus. And I love it for nights or days when I just feel super dry and just need some extra moisture. And I've been loving it. Okay, we have a few hair products here. So I followed this woman on TikTok. Her name is Amy, and I will link her TikTok below. But she talks a lot about like beauty, and she's like really big in hair care. And I'm not someone that's ever really been huge in hair care. I'm kind of just like, my hair is my hair. I don't really think about it. I don't really know what to do with it. But she had a lot of recommendations, and she has gorgeous hair. And so I then went and bought a lot of the things she recommended, and I've been really loving them. So she's very into like scalp care, and that's something I've been starting to think a lot about lately, because it's kind of like an extension from your face. Like we sit and we do our masks and we do our serums and we like spend so much time and attention and care on our skin. And then we just like slap shampoo and conditioner on our hair and call it a day, you know? So, you know, naturally healthy scalp would lead to healthier hair. And anyway, so one of the first things I saw her recommend, and mine looks really gross because I use it all the time, so it's got some hair in it, but is this brush. So she says if you're somebody who uses dry shampoo a lot, then you need to be brushing it out of your hair every single night because it clogs the hair follicles. And as somebody who doesn't wash their hair very frequently and relies heavily on dry shampoo, I was like, well, I need to get this. Also, it just looked very soothing. So this is the Tangle Teezer brush. I got literally the exact same one she has, but they have many different ones because I just thought, let's not even play around. I'm getting exactly what she has. So I had never used the Tangle Teezer brush, and it's now become my favorite brush ever. And I've really noticed a difference in like combing out my hair every night. It feels so good and my hair just feels so much softer. And I feel like it's like a little scalp massage. So loving this brush. Another video of hers that I was really into was she talked about what to do, how to like preserve your hair after you work out. And as somebody who's been working out every day, my ears perked up because whenever I work out, I just throw my hair up in a ponytail normally. And I'm like, well, that's that, you know, my hair is done. But she swears by rose water or this kind of spray where she like refreshes her scalp with some rose water spray, but she also was using this in a video, and so I got this, and it's the Klorane Soothing and Anti-Irritating SOS Serum with Peony, and it's for sensitive and irritated scalp. This stuff smells so freaking good, I can't even explain it to you. Like, it smells so good, but it also just feels really soothing on the scalp. I don't really have a super irritated scalp, but I do get product buildup. It does get itchy. Because it's a smaller bottle and it is a little bit pricey, I do reserve this just for when I want to like preserve, like if let's say I styled my hair and then I work out and I want to keep that style for the next couple days, I will go in like on my scalp and spray it. This kind of just refreshes it, you know, gets rid of all that like sweat without having to wash your hair again. And then I go in and I blow dry it. Like anywhere that's damp. And that's what she recommended doing. And so I've been loving that. She also recommended this Briogio Scalp Revival dry shampoo. I typically don't like the non-aerosol dry shampoos. I just feel like they're messy. I just don't like them. But she said that, I could be butchering this, but she said something along the lines of the non-aerosol ones are better for like after a workout because you're like really sweaty and greasy, and the molecule, the powder molecule is larger, so it will absorb more. So I got that. So then I use these two after my workout to preserve my hairstyle if I have a hairstyle. And it really is like it never happened. It's crazy. So now I don't fear styling my hair or washing my hair when I'm about to work out because I'm like, I know how to get it back to its glory. But on the dry shampoo topic, I don't like this for just like, to refresh my style. This is strictly for after I've done a workout and my hair's sweaty. But while I was purchasing this, I remembered I used to love this dry shampoo. This was like the holy grail dry shampoo that like all of the celebrity hairstylists used and whatever. I used it years ago and then just kind of moved on to like other cheaper products. But here's the thing, I'm really picky about dry shampoo, I've found. I don't like when it leaves your hair feeling dirty, even like when it gives the appearance of clean hair, but you can feel all of the particles in your scalp and your hair just like kind of doesn't move. So I got this and was like, I can't remember how this one felt, so I'm going to get it. This truly makes your hair feel clean. Like it doesn't create that buildup in your hair. I still do brush it out, but it doesn't give that feeling of like dry shampoo. Like it truly just feels like your hair is clean. This is unopened because I did finish it and I just repurchased it because I'm like, you know what? This is my dry shampoo. I don't think I'm going to I don't want to say I won't experiment, like, cause if something else comes out, I'll try that. But like, as long as I have this, I'm not gonna be shopping around too much because it's just so good. Another thing Amy recommended was this Milk, what is this? Anti-Frizz Leave-In Nourishing Treatment. It's the Milk by Reverie. I feel like this packaging is so confusing. It's gorgeous, but for the longest time, I'm like, what is the name of this? And who makes it? I don't even know. This has been recommended to me, but it's pricey, and I was like, what do I need this for? And then Amy recommended it because it's silicone free, so it doesn't lead to product buildup in your hair, but it's a really nice leave-in conditioner. And then I read reviews, and everyone talked about how nice it smells, and that really got me, and I was like, okay, well, I should try it. And I love it. It's almost like a milky, lotiony type product, but it doesn't make my hair greasy. It doesn't weigh it down. It's just been my leave-in conditioner. And it does smell good. It smells like medicinal, very spa aromatherapy, which I love. And it's just a very chic product. And I feel like it is pricey, but this should last me a really long time because I use 1 or 2 pumps, and I just do it through the lengths of my hair after I wash it, and I just love it. Okay, I have 2 body products here, none of which are super fancy at all. The first one being this O'Keeffe's Working Hands hand cream. So here's what happened. So my hands are perpetually dry, and especially when the weather gets colder, and especially since the pandemic, we're using so many hand sanitizers, and we're washing our hands so much more frequently. My hands were just absolutely destroyed, and no hand cream was rectifying the situation. The only thing that does work for me is the Norwegian formula by Neutrogena, but somebody had to blabber about that product and how good it is to TikTok, and now I can't get my hands on it anywhere, literally. So I had this comes in a jar. It's kind of what it's more well known for. I've had it, and it does work. However, the texture I could not stand. It's chalky. It's so gross. I can't explain it. But either way, I saw this. I went looking for my Norwegian formula, saw this, and I was like, oh, maybe in the tube it won't be as annoying, right? It's a completely different texture. I'm going to put it on now because my hands are dry. But from what I understand, it is the same, formula, but it's a different texture. I don't know, maybe it's not, but that's just what it feels like to me. But it's really cool because it's not greasy at all, and it sinks right in. So that is something that is better than the Norwegian formula, because the Norwegian formula is almost like Aquaphor. It leaves your hands a little bit greasy, but it works. And so this sinks right in. It's matte. I feel like I can put it on and go about my day, and things aren't sticking to my hands. But it just worked. This is the only thing since the Norwegian formula that has made my hands soft again. And I love it. I keep it. I don't really use it throughout the day. I use it at night, and that's when I really see the most benefits. So I just keep this on my nightstand. I put it on before I go to bed. I wake up, soft hands. The other body product, Dove Beauty Bar. I actually thought this was the purple one, which is the same thing, just a different scent, and the purple just looks so gorgeous. I hope they still have it. I bought a 6-pack of the purple a year ago, before the pandemic, and loved it. But then I also have so many other body products and stuff, so it just kind of sat in the back of my drawer for a while. Probably the only body wash I'll use that isn't a bar soap is the Necessaire. They're so good. I love them. But I love a good bar soap because it's just the ease of use. You don't need to have another product. You don't need to be re-squirting it. I just take the bar of soap and I just lather myself up with it. And I just also just love the way soap smells. And I love just the feel of a good bar. I love it. And so I used up my previous bar of soap. I went digging around my drawer, which fancy, handmade soap am I going to use next? And I saw this, but the purple one, sitting in the back, and was like, okay. And I've now, I've gone through 3 bars. I see all my fancy soaps, and I'm like, no, move away. I need to get to my Dove. I just love it. It leaves your skin so hydrated. It doesn't give you that like bar soap, like, you know what I'm saying? I just love it. And it just smells like classic soap. I think I'm going to use the white one next, actually. I thought I grabbed the purple one, but I'm going to use the white one next because this just has like a classic soap smell. But I do love the purple one purely for aesthetics. Like it's a gorgeous purple Dove soap bar. Okay, now we're out of products. Now we're moving into like entertainment, books, things like that. I keep saying entertainment because I don't want to give away that I'm talking about puzzles, okay? But it's a specific brand of puzzles, exclusively the only puzzles I've been doing, and it's the brand Piecework Puzzles. I am their biggest fan. I literally tag them all the time. They have yet to reach out. I literally have, I think I counted the other day, I have 7 of their puzzles, which is kind of crazy because they're not cheap. They have 1,000 pieces and they have 500 piece puzzles. The 1,000 piece I think are like $35, $37. The 500 I think like $27. So not a cheap puzzle. Make a great gift, but honestly they're like pure art. Okay, so here's one that I've done. They have just the most gorgeous imagery. It's like a beautiful photograph. I just grabbed 2 for reference, but you can go on their website and see all of their other ones. I just enjoy them so much. They're such good quality puzzles. But then not just that, I love collecting them and displaying them as if they're like my books. Like these are my prizes, my trophies. So worth the money in my opinion, because look, I don't just do a puzzle for the sake of doing a puzzle. Like I love doing a puzzle, but when the puzzle is ugly, I'm not that into it, okay? A gorgeous puzzle like these, I'm invested. And then they just released, I was like so close to rounding out my whole collection, and then they just released some new ones, and I'm like, great, now I'm starting from the beginning. I don't even know what I'm going to do with all these puzzles. Where am I going to display them? Honestly, I love them so much that for my birthday, Ted got me some of their merch, okay? Some of their Piecework Puzzle merch, and it's these gorgeous socks. I didn't bring them out here because they're not a fave because I actually haven't worn them yet. But they say like puzzle person on like each sock, and they're like the softest socks, and like they're in like beautiful pastel colors. And then one says like leisure time, and yeah, he got them for me because I'm literally their biggest fan. I will talk about these puzzles to anybody. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you've seen all the photos of me finishing one of these puzzles. It's like, that's what I do. I'm not too precious with it. Like once I finish the puzzle, I take a photo just as evidence that I will never reflect back on, but for some reason you feel like you have to do that in order to capture the memory. And then just immediately take it apart and put it away. Because I'm kind of like, I hate having my dining room table just constantly covered with a puzzle, but I also love doing the puzzle. So the second I'm able to like break it up and put it away and have my clean table back, I do that. But then I immediately start with a new puzzle. But I've actually taken a puzzle break for the past couple weeks. I do have one that I have yet to do yet, so that is in my arsenal, waiting for the day. But I find that when I have a puzzle that I'm working on, I get really, really distracted. Like I will sit and I will do that puzzle well into the late night. And, Ted will have to come out and be like, give it a rest, like go to bed. So I'm kind of just taking a little break, trying to get other things done, trying to work on my reading, which I'm going to get into now. But love, if you need a good puzzle. Oh, they've been like my lifeline in quarantine. Okay, I have 2 books here that I've read. I am what you would call an inconsistent reader. I love to read, but my like ADD brain, it's like really hard for me to just like sit down and just read, you know? It's like I'm like one of those people, like many of us, that's like I'm scrolling on my phone, but I also need to have some TV going. And like, you know what I mean? It's like if I'm just watching a movie, I'm like, I need something to like do with my hands. So sitting and reading is hard for me unless I'm like really gripped by the book. And so I have many books that I've started and I'm struggling to get through because they just don't grip me. And it's really hard for me to like pass that threshold into like when the book becomes interesting. So they could just kind of sit around. I'm inconsistent with reading. If I have a book that I've like really want to finish, I like won't pick up a new one because like in my mind I'm like, well, this I can't just put that aside and read a new book. I have to have this fresh in my brain. But I'm just, maybe if a book doesn't interest you, you should just put it away and move on to some other books that will interest you. But either way, these 2 books, I read them in record time because they really gripped me. First one being Wow, No Thank You by Samantha Irby. She is a collection of essays. She is a hilarious, amazing writer. And I just recently picked up her other 2 books, and I'm so excited to read them. I don't want to give anything away, but it's just a series of essays by a really, really funny woman. And I highly recommend if you want a book that just makes you feel like relatable, that you can relate to, that makes you laugh, that is just like, just something light in this world that is absolute chaos and trauma constantly. Like, this was just so amazing to get lost in. So I'm so excited to absolutely tear through her other 2 books. This book I read after I finished Samantha, and it's Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough. This is now a Netflix series, which I also watched, but I will say the book is so much better. I read this in a record 3 days, okay? This is a fiction, psychological thriller, and I think I've just discovered that my 2 favorite genres in books are like a memoir style or a series of essays, like someone with a person talking about their life in a comical way. Love those books. Like celebrity biographies, love those too. And psychological thrillers, mysteries, anything like that just like, you're like, oh my God, what is going on? I just couldn't stop reading this. I literally didn't watch TV for 3 days. I didn't do anything else. I just read this book. And it was so fun. Yeah, I highly recommend it. Or you can watch the Netflix series if you're not into reading. Although I will say it's never the same, right? So I've gone out and purchased several more books because I'm like, I've gotten bitten by the reading bug. And it's something that just like makes me feel so good that I wish I made more time for. So I'm trying to do that. Okay, last physical thing I have are also a birthday gift from Ted, and they are these UGG slippers. So here's the thing. When I am at home, I am in slippers. 100% of the time, I'm wearing slippers. Just like I don't do barefoot. I don't just do socks. Like I have to have like a shoe. There's something about like, I'm just addicted to like the feeling of my foot in a shoe, but I don't want to like just wear my shoes around the house. Like it has to be like a comfortable shoe. Like it's to the point where it's like a weird thing where like if I take my foot out of a slipper, I'm like, it's like when you unswaddle a baby, like they cry, like that's what it feels like. Like sometimes when I like am changing, I will take one foot out of the slipper, put my pant through the leg. Put other way around, put my leg through the pant, and then back into the slipper, never letting it touch the ground. And then do the same with the other foot. Like, what is that? I don't know, but that's something. So for my birthday, so knowing that, you can only imagine how quickly I will blow through a pair of slippers. Like, it's kind of like a skill, like a talent at this point, because, I will get a brand new pair of slippers, and within like 2 months, it looks like they have taken me throughout my whole life since a baby and have been like run over by a car. So I love to like, it was like approaching my birthday, and I was like showing Ted like, oh no, like I kept being like, my slippers are so like destroyed, and just hinting to like, and I didn't specify like what kind of slippers I wanted. I think I liked being surprised. I've never met a slipper I didn't really love. But Ted surprised me with these UGG slippers, which I would never have chosen for myself, frankly. Like, I opened them up and I was stunned because I was like, how gorgeous is this color and the fur, and like, this looks amazing. But like the platform and then the sling back, I wouldn't have chosen that. Because to me, I'm like, this is more of like a sandal, not like a slide your foot in. But when I tell you, I'm so addicted to them. And they have a sole on the bottom, which means... Now, I do wear my slippers outside don't get me wrong, like not necessarily to the store, but like if I have my slippers on and then, you know, I'm going out into the front yard or I go down to check the mail or something, I'm like, I'm not putting on shoes. Like I'm wearing my slippers. So that could be why they get more destroyed. But these have a sole. So I don't have to feel guilty or scared when I wear them outside, which is really cool. And, you know, the sling back keeps my foot in. So I'm not like sliding around, shuffling around the house. It's like I'm wearing a shoe. The shoe just so happens to be like a cloud. So I absolutely am stunned at how much I love them. And I'm just glad he picked them out because I never would have. No more physical faves, but I have to mention this podcast that I'm listening to, and it is called Poog. If you know, you know. It is hosted by two comedians that I love, Jacqueline Novak and Kate Berlant, and they talk about wellness and beauty and skincare and, you know, everything connected, but they do it in their unique humor that just absolutely enchants me. You know, and I really follow the things that they do, but somehow their podcast that they've had now for like, I don't know, 6 months or more has just flown under my radar somehow. And then it was mentioned to me twice in like a week. And I was like, what? So I've been just blowing through the episodes every day and I love it. Love it. So if you guys like humor, if you like wellness, honestly, if you're not even into beauty, like you'd still enjoy this podcast. I was making my boyfriend, who's also a fan of them, listen to it and he was laughing and things like that. So I just love it. Also, okay, the last thing, which is not new, I've talked about this so much, Sydney Cummings. Her workouts are my absolute fave. I do them on YouTube. I do want to mention though, because I have gotten some DMs of like, wait, where are you doing these workouts? You know, if someone's like not following along. So Sydney Cummings, she is a trainer, an athlete, whatever, and she makes YouTube videos, workout videos every single day on YouTube, and they're my favorite. And at this point, I'm exclusively doing her videos. I'm following along her daily, you know, not live. I'm gone back and I'm doing one of her playlists because she posts a video every single day, and she'll do like a whole like month-long plan. And so I'm following it because, you know, she'll work different targeted muscle groups and different things. You know, as a trainer, she knows what to do. And so I'm following along with that so that, you know, because sometimes I'm kind of clueless. Like I'm like, I'll do like cardio 4 days a week. And I'm like, is that even what I'm supposed to be doing? You know, like when do I incorporate some strength training? You know, because I'm trying to build some muscle. And so I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to stick with her and she's going to just lead the way. And when I tell you I feel so much stronger, and I'm on day like 12 today, I feel so much stronger. I feel like more sore. Like I can tell like certain muscles are being targeted better than when I was just kind of freeballing it on my own. That's not the right term. I just love her. So if you're looking to get in shape or you're already like working out, but you're kind of just bouncing around like I was, I highly recommend her. She's awesome. So that is it. Those are all of my faves. And yeah, I hope you like them. Let me know in the comments, what are your favorite books lately? What are your favorite products? Like what's getting you through quarantine up until this point? You know, I'm very curious and I'm always looking for, you know, as you can see, I'm so clearly influenced by the things people love because most of these faves are other people's faves that I've then adopted as my own. So let me know and I'll see you in my next video.